And this is where for my gravestone etchings, I gotta be respectful because they're working something out here. Okay. Here's my office when I come to do a gravestone etching. Still learning how to film stuff. Sandblasting stuff is back here. This is where stencils are cut. Work table. Crucial microwave. And I'm the guy that does these. You see that piece of artwork right there? I etched that. I don't know if the sound's working on this thing or not. I need to get some AAAs. And so anyway, so here's my current etching. And I thought it would be, it's a good one because it's one of the most complex ones that I've ever done. Because for my collectors to check out. Okay. So I've just done this part. Okay. And now I'm getting into the portrait. Okay. Part. Okay. And we've got the background elements. Okay, so we've got, the sky. And then, if you can believe this, oh boy, I've got to etch. I'm kind of multitasking while I'm holding the camera. I've got to etch this. Okay. So this is one of the most complex etchings that I've ever signed on for, I suppose. It's the right thing to do to honor this boy's spirit. And my friend Don. It used to be Carl, and it used to be another monument shop owner whose name was Ned. And Carl gave the business to Don. So Don will call me in, and then I'll prep the etching. I'll design the etching to the family's approval, and then I'll come in and start etching. And this is the instrument that I etch with, and it turns on this way. Okay, and it buzzes, and this is a diamond tip. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm scratching the polish. I'm scratching the black polish, and so you get, if you can see this, see how that works? So essentially you're scratching the polish off. But what makes this etching so complex is I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've got 10 portraits. I mean, this is, which I've never done. I've got 10 portraits, including this, and then I've got a complex sky, which I'll always have fun with, because that's very free. I think etching and drawing and painting clouds, when you start, it's absolute murder. But once you learn how clouds flow and water flows, if you can get there, then you're just like frolicking. Then you just get to frolic. You get to bounce around in the points of light, and you can just make it up as you go along. And that's one of the great joys of painting, now that I'm fluid with that way of seeing. Portraits are the same way. But yeah, so this, I had to hand etch this. Oftentimes this is sandblasted, the lettering. There's some obnoxious noise outside. I guess it's traffic. We've got the flag. This is very complex to etch this stuff, particularly if you've got serifs and serifs like this. To pull that off, I mean, look at that. It's pretty tight. I might tweak those letters a little, and I gave them a little bit of my own zing, and then we've got the sky. So I'm going to do the sky. My goal today is to finish the sky and maybe the portrait. And then Monday, it's Friday afternoon, maybe, and Monday I'm going to start in on these portraits and the beach and the water. So that's what I do when I'm making etching. And it's always like a good spirit. Like I feel like it never feels creepy or weird. It always feels like I'm doing something nice. Alright, here I am sometime later. I'm cutting out for the day. But this is what I got. So you can start to see, I don't know what the camera's picking up. You can start to see the portrait. Camera's having trouble. And then I started to get some nice clouds in here, you see. It's really hard to shoot this. But yeah, so etching in progress.